Okay, buddy.
We're live. We clear?
3, 2, 1. Welcome to Universal Broadcasting Network's hit afternoon show, bringing you the latest in music news, artist interviews, and more, with your hosts, Lauren Dair Owens, Ariel Fournier, and Adam Lusk. This is The Music Project.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome.
It's, Ariel Fournier.
Lauren Dair Owens.
Justin Tanucci.
And Taylor Reyes.
Yay.
Filling in for Adam
Yes,
Lusk.
and you're listening to The Music Project right now.
So I am super excited
I
for
am
this
too.
show.
I'm so excited.
When you emailed me and said, hey, this is our guest for, the second show.
Yes.
I was like, okay.
little
And then
different.
they came in and I got super excited.
I know.
Like,
I saw them and I was like, I would love to have you guys on the show. And then they were bringing, look at all these instruments we have in the
This is
studio. Look, it's
unlike-
massive. We thank you guys so much.
this is unlike anything that we've ever had.
Exactly.
Like, this is
So
like the
so
first
excited.
time we have had bagpipes in the studio
Yes.
And a kit.
and a kit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and-
actually.
yeah,
the
they're
first time we've had a
just-
kit.
You guys
And,
are so unique.
Is this a walking bass drum or?
A tapan.
It's called a topon.
I know we've never had that one here. So
Well, since they have, what first?
Yes.
Show us our sign. Who do we have on?
Yes, we have the Freestylers of Piping in studio with us, and since they have such a big setup, we're going to let them play first so you guys
We're
get
gonna
to
switch
jam
it
out
up.
before we do the little interview with them.
Because they have so much going on that we don't want to make them have to build it all back up at the end. So whenever you guys are ready, go
Take
ahead
it away. Oh, just love it.
That was
love it.
fantastic.
effing Bad words. Bad words.
We love
I was
it.
watching
was a lot
Taylor
of fun.
dance, and I just got the thought, I'm like, what if clubs played this instead?
See?
I would
Much
be
cooler,
so much
much
more
cooler.
into it. That was awesome.
Just like get a drop with that.
Yeah.
Just find a way to make a drop. I would dance to that.
Now, do you
That
guys
was
name
awesome.
your different like tunes that you play or
That particular tune was called Jackson Pollock.
Jackson
Jackson
Pollock?
Pollock.
Awesome.
What's your like strategy for naming your songs?
David wrote and named that one.
Yeah,
Really?
I was in art school at the time and taking some art history courses and studied about some modern painters, and I was always impressed by Jackson Pollock, just by the person that he was, and that was kind of a frenetic tune, and I imagine his life to be kind of chaotic, kind of like
Yeah.
his paintings. So that's kind of where that name came from.
Well, I'm sure naming
That's
your
awesome.
songs are a little bit different than naming a normal song because you don't really have lyrics, so you don't have
Yeah.
anything you have to relate to. So you can be like, "Ooh, what
That's
does this
awesome.
remind me of?"
Well,
That's,
I want to make sure we get their answers on mic. So,
do you want to make sure we want to have them play something
yes,
else?
yeah,
And
you guys want to play another one?
I also have to say, listening to that, it sounds like something Congos would do. Like I
Yeah.
just saw them and they have the accordion, and I was like, this sounds like something that like they would have going on in their live show. Oh,
All right,
play
you guys
something
want
else.
to play
That was
another
so
one? Don't want to
cool.
wear you guys out, but I know you play long shows.
Actually, Eli wrote.
Eli, right? Okay,
Awesome.
awesome.
Very cool.
awesome.
I was into that. I
yes.
I was
It's
okay.
Slowly
great.
speeding
We were
up.
all climaxing. It was
Yeah, when you were
crazy.
speeding up, we're like, oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Wow.
Yay.
Okay, well, I know we definitely want to like talk to you guys
Yeah,
about
so
this. 'Cause,
please.
if make yours.
We have enough chairs.
we
We'll
wanna-
switch
yeah.
it down. But if a couple of you will get on mics, that would be awesome.
I'm
so
trying
we
to get
can
you guys on the
ask
LA
you
My
guys.
Story page right now.
The LA My Story page.
I think this is
on
unique
Snapchat.
enough. Yes.
Oh,
Can we share a mic?
yeah, go ahead.
totally. Yeah, you just get close enough to
Make sure you just get close enough so we can hear you.
Perfect. Yeah.
Awesome.
So will you go down the line and introduce yourself, tell us your name?
Yes.
And yeah.
Instrument.
My name is Michael Hebner, and I play the tapan
The Tapan.
in the band.
My name is Elijah Wolcott, and I play the Great Highland Bagpipes.
My name is David Duncan, and I also play the bagpipes.
And I'm Richard Boffman. I play the drum kit. Yeah.
Quick question.
Yes.
Is Great Highland Bagpipe, is that part of the bagpipe name, or is that like a brand or
That's the
a style?
formal name of it, yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
How did you guys all meet and come together and formed the Freestylers of Piping?
Mike and I met first, actually.
We met in 2009 playing in another band, and we were like, we want to start our own band
Very
at some
cool.
point and play some cool rockin' stuff, you know? So
I just sent that video to my dad, by the way, and he's like, "That is so cool. Who are they?"
I know. I mean, you guys are just so unique. And then, so how did you guys start playing bagpipes? Because that's this unique instrument that not a lot of people know how to play.
Well, Eli started first. You want to?
I started when I was about 5 years old. The backstory is I was
The bag story.
the backstory is I was born in Calcutta, India, and I was adopted by a family who has Scottish and English
Wow.
heritage. And I went to my first bagpipe concert when I was about 5 years old, and I just fell in love with it and pestered my parents and started taking lessons and have been at it ever since. Love my
When
life.
you're
So
when you're
cool.
5, how do you? Is there like
Is there like a
smaller
tiny one, or-
versions? Or do you
You
just
you start on a practice channel, which is pretty much like a reeded recorder.
Okay.
Okay.
like this part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So a little bit more formal than the ones we get in school. Yeah, just a bit. And then what about you? How'd you start in?
I didn't start at 5. I started at 12, and let's just say the movie
Wow.
Braveheart had something.
Just being real.
And you guys also have a CD called The Freestylers of Piping. And so where can people get that CD? Just of coming to your shows, or is there places online they can download?
Yeah, that's basically it. It's called Blue Holes. It's our debut EP, and it's basically just available at our shows. But is it available online at all? Anywhere?
We're working on that. It'll be
Definitely.
available soon.
We could mail it to
Okay.
people.
Yeah.
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 I
And
know
you-
I'm gonna have to get my dad this now. 'cause
Yes.
he's like, that's awesome.
And you guys play a lot at Renaissance fairs. I can see why.
Yes.
But so how is that whole people are dressed up and just I'm sure they're jamming out to your music. How did you start getting into Renaissance fairs?
It was a good paying gig.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
for all of us.
It's how paid bills.
Yeah, that's how I mean Mike and I met. Mike had been doing Ren fairs for a long time before that. But we met in the band playing the Ren fairs. And it was cool because I mean, we were in this band called Volgamut actually, which was different kind of bagpipes, but the same similar drum to what Mike plays at Tapan. And just this really unique sounding bagpipes. You should, check them out. But the cool thing about it was that I think we both realized and were able to see that the more we played, you see at these Renaissance festivals, we play like all day. We play show after show after show. We
How
play-
do you keep going?
doesn't
How
look
do
like
you
an
not
easy
fall
instrument.
over?
it gets tiring.
You're a breath control man.
You guys have strong lungs. Hold your
Sometimes
breath
I get
forever.
a little cranky.
But we
It's a-
realized
yeah.
we play all day, and the longer we played together, and the more and more we played, like the tighter the music got. So it
Yeah.
became like a rehearsal.
It's a
Well,
really
I-
good paid rehearsal.
Yes.
I think what I think is so cool, especially here, is when you hear the word bagpipes, you think of the very formal Scotland ceremony thing. You guys have something very cool.
There was
and
like
a little
a-
bit
So
different.
different, for
There was
sure.
a hip hop I kind of felt it. In the,
Like there's a different. I mean, I'm sure when you do the Renaissance fairs, it's a maybe. I mean, it's that. It's a little bit different. It's that. But listening to you guys play is like. It changes my perception of the bagpipes, in all
It's
honesty,
good.
which is
Awesome.
awesome.
That's what we're going for.
That's our favorite sort of comment that we get.
And you guys play all over the U.S. You just got back from Florida. So
Yes.
how was the Florida trip?
It was great. They were very nice to us down there.
And then what you guys have played, where else? You're going to play in June and July some more Renaissance fairs, right? In North Carolina and...
Yeah, we have some gigs in Indiana, Michigan, and North Carolina in the summer, and we're working on some other fairs in the Midwest and the East for later in the year.
So
Wow, busy.
I know that guitars are difficult to, when you want to like keep, them nice and put them on the plane. How do you do that with a backpack? How do you transport those?
Yeah, exactly.
In a carry-on luggage.
Oh my gosh.
It is small enough.
Carry-on?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever like get stopped at security and you're like,
All
it's
the
just,
time.
They're like, what is
this? I
He
promise.
flies in his kilt
I love
just to
it.
stream-line the whole situation.
Makes
you know?
things
I bet it does. I bet it
I have
does.
a beautiful tan, and I'm carrying around a box full of tubes onto a plane. So let's make this as weird as possible. So.
Yeah, Eli's very protective of his bagpipes.
Aw,
He'll
you can
barely
see
let anybody
his
touch
baby.
You're like caressing it.
Baby.
My baby, yes.
And then we asked this right before the show started. How do you tune a bagpipe?
Very carefully. It's a process.
It's probably an art form, right?
It's blending all of these drones together to make one sound, and blending every one of these notes to make.
Because we were watching you and we're like, wow, this is
complicated.
This is not like I'm gonna hook it up to a tuner and see if it matches. It's a process.
Tuning it takes probably the most amount of time for us. I mean, the drummers know this, but we get together for rehearsal and we're putting aside like 10, 20, 15. I mean,
45.
45.
Depending on the
an hour.
day. And
Yeah.
You're gonna tune
Just aside
forever.
for tuning. Yeah.
and I thought drummers were the people that took the longest to set up.
Right?
So,
Every day.
so can you guys like we know how guitar works and we know how a drum works. Can you like try to give us like a basic
Crash course.
on how the bagpipe works?
All right. So basically,
If at all possible.
Yeah, like
for those listening, what you're looking at is a bag with.
a bag.
They can see you too, so it's all
Five-
right.
oh,
They can
okay.
see you.
So you have a tube here that you blow into. This instrument is all generated by your lungs. So you're blowing air into the bag, which is here, and it's a game of keeping the instrument full of air.
Okay.
So there's air coming out of these 3 drones and this channel right here. So the humming sound is these, and the big piercing sound is this.
Okay.
So you breathe in, and
Show him the read.
yeah,
So this is the piece that you said is kind of like a recorder, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got
And
With an
McCallum
oval-ish-
bagpipes, is that like, are you guys, who is that where the bagpipes come from, or what's the?
There are channers.
Oh.
There are shirts.
there are sponsors.
Nice.
Shout out to Kenny.
At McCallum Bagpipes.
So yes, it's played with this little piece of reed,
Wow.
but it's super loud.
Wow.
So yeah, you blow into the bag, and when you take a breath, you squeeze with your arm, which forces the air to continue out of the drones and now the channer, which then you have the ability to take a breath.
So then when you
take
blow
a-
back in, then
you're
you're
replenishing the air. So you always have pressure on the bag because the moment you drop any pressure,
That's how they work.
You're learning something today.
The more you know.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So how did you guys come together to form this? Like, it's so unique.
We just
that-
like the 3 of them have actually competed against each other at the World Championships in Scotland probably like 5
Wait,
years.
so you
That's
play bagpipes too?
No way.
I play pipes, but I've been doing drums in the Scottish pipe band since I was like.
So they've all known
8,
each other
so-
for
Richard and I have known each other. I've known him since I was in middle school.
Oh
and he was in
my
high school.
god.
Like,
Wow.
I love it.
He taught my little brother drumming.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like,
I played in a band with Richard in 2004 in Ohio.
I competed against both of
Ohio.
these guys in 2002.
And then that's good, you all formed a
3, 4,
band.
5, 6.
Eli was in the rival band.
Oh my gosh.
Was there any like serious beef that went on during
Oh,
the
yeah.
competition?
they still kind of
Not really.
Those bagpipe
Except for
competitions,
the
you know.
1 year that they actually beat us.
Oh, you never live it down, right?
Wait, do you guys have golden bagpipe trophies? Like it's like a trophy
It's-
of like
it's-
golden bagpipe.
It's mostly just for bragging rights. Although the World Championships, there is a trophy. It's kind of cool.
That's cool.
That's
So it's a very
awesome.
small community. Like people in the
Y'all know
bagpipe
each other.
world know
especially in the
everyone
US.
bagpipe.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Is that obviously it's bigger out in like Scotland.
Scotland.
Yes.
It's crazy where there's a lot of people are really into the bagpipes all over Spain. Actually, the most bagpipers in the world are in Spain.
Oh really?
And
Huh.
then
That makes sense.
in France, yeah, who would know,
Dude.
right?
But
I would go to an underground bagpipe show.
But I found you guys on the Santa Monica Pier. So how long have you been playing on the Santa Monica Pier? Do you just go there randomly, or do you have to like schedule it with them? Or wow.
Yeah. We were because we were on the road at the end of the year, and then we came back to LA, and we're just looking for some extra money and a place to jam out and stuff because we're really loud. So you can't
it's
just, like,
perfect.
go to somebody's apartment or something.
Yeah.
No house shows for you.
Exactly. So
I
you have
just
to get
wanted
a
to be
permit.
by the beach.
Yes, the best office ever.
And you have to get a permit, and you go
do?
there,
Okay.
and there's a lottery for different time slots, and so you get to like choose your spot to play. And so we were just out there for basically January.
And what's the reaction you guys get when people walk by?
Some people cover their ears.
Really?
But then some
No.
people stop and listen and take pictures, and it's really a wide variety.
Well, no,
of
they're not
reactions.
covering your ears because you sound bad, because you sound amazing. It's just the loudness. But no, I think that's so cool. Like, I know if I
We
saw
get people
someone
dancing.
dancing,
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Taylor would be out there dancing.
I was dancing
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
I was dancing a lot in here.
Well, that's why when I saw them, I was like, okay, we've got to get them on the show. So I was so
Good job,
happy.
Ariel.
Thank you.
As surprised as I was looking at that email,
I
I
know,
was like,
oh,
okay,
guys,
I trust
we're
Ariel's judgment, and she was 100% right.
Thank
we were
you.
like, wow, who's this beautiful girl?
Aw, guys.
That's why she asked you. You know that, right? No.
That's crazy. We've had a lot of people approach us about the bagpipes on the pier, especially.
Yeah.
Somebody from Skateboard Magazine actually wanted
my
to use
God.
our music in a video for
That's
skateboard.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool because you've definitely found your guys' niche. Like, I don't really feel like anyone else can
No.
touch you guys.
Yeah.
That's what we think. But we don't say it out loud.
Well, yeah, it's okay. I can say it. It's all right. But what's up next for you guys besides going on? Do you want to record another CD, or what would be like dreams in the future that you'd want?
Yeah,
you know.
we're working on our first full-length CD and getting more tunes together and stuff like that, and getting organized. You know, it's the hardest part.
Trying to travel, would like to go to Scotland for the World Championships because that's when there's like thousands of people in one city.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
all like
Play
bagpipes. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a great way to.
Must be a loud time of year.
Hear it for miles, I'm sure.
Just like
Oh yeah.
instead of the astronauts saying that they can like see things, they can like
Hear the bagpipes from up in space.
So
Yeah.
this might be a weird question, and I'm not sure, but I'm going to ask it anyway. When we have bands come in, we often ask, who their influences are for music. Are there any like bagpiper influences that you have that you
like
look
a
up to?
You looked up
Rich
to,
of
or-
bagpipes,
I would say.
Or for the drummers as well.
Gordon
Yeah.
Duncan.
Yeah. Gordon Duncan.
He's
Sounds like a bagpipe name.
he's a
Duncan.
bagpiper who he passed away in the mid 2000s, but he really just was an innovator and wrote the type of music that you wouldn't expect to hear coming out of the bagpipes.
Yeah.
For Eli and I know we're both composers, so he was a huge influence on us.
So how is your could you explain your writing process to us?
Oh, I think we both have different writing processes.
Yeah.
Just individually.
Yeah.
Like,
one
as
go
well as
and
the
then-
drummers as well.
I know I start off with a riff. Like I listen to a lot of different types of music that is un-Scottish, I guess you could say. Like for example, like funk or hip hop, or a lot of bebop and punk rock even. So what I do is I usually start off with a riff. Like if I hear something in a song I like, hip hop is made of samples. They take music from the past and bring it into the new and make something new out of it.
Yeah.
So like what I like to do is like hear like a riff and I like it on the bagpipes, and then I just try to write a tune around that riff. So
For me, it's really all over the place. Sometimes I'll start with like a measure and then build around it, or I'll come up with a drum beat in my head and build around that. Sometimes I'll start with the second part or the last part and then build backwards, or start with front part and go forwards. And it's just really, I don't know, just like creating musical phrases that sound really cool, that would have a really what I would envision a really cool percussive beat behind it.
And some of your pieces can get really long too, so it's like having to build this.
Well, you guys are the freestyles are piping, so
Yes.
you kind of have no limits because like no one else is doing what you're doing, so you can do whatever you want.
it's kind of
Yes.
the namesake too, really, is, we're free from style, I mean, it sort of evolved from like skateboarding, actually. There was a skateboarding thing called, freestyle.
Yeah.
Competition back in the day. And, it was just, the freedom to do whatever you wanted to do. You were just, performing in front of the judges. So in competition, we're really restricted to these rules and stuff.
Yeah.
But freestyle
Yeah.
is all about breaking free of that.
Yeah.
And how about the drummers? Did you have any influences growing up or now that you kind of look to, or
Drumming?
just come from the heart?
My biggest influence in this band is Mike. He wrote most of the drum parts initially for the recording that we have out. But what I love to do as a drummer is to take something already done and just embellish it and make it what I think is cooler. And do interlocking type drum stuff. You know, I'm a drumming nerd, so I like hard rhythms and like stuff that's difficult. But yeah, Mike is a huge influence. Oh my God.
You got us all pumped.
So I guess I have to
Yeah.
have to thank Richard. And, no, but it's been awesome.
I guess. No.
I guess.
Well,
Both
this
of
is
you
the
are
first band
awesome.
I've actually played in, honestly, where like I feel like I'm getting better, and instead of
that's
just,
good.
That's important.
And that's all because Richard's in it, and he's like challenging all of us to play more and play outside of what we're somewhat comfortable with and stuff.
That's awesome.
But I'm really into Questlove as far as like
Questlove.
laying down a pocket.
He's the
and-
drummer.
yeah, you can't
So I
tell.
grew up in Philadelphia, and so I've been listening to them for most of my life. So they're a huge influence, that band in general. in my life.
That's great.
We all
So-
like hip hop.
Yeah.
It's kind of one thing that brings us together, I guess. I don't know.
Hip hop and bebop and
Anything
awesome.
good.
bagpipes. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like possible on bagpipes, but have you guys tried to play like current popular songs?
Yeah, is that
on-
possible? How does that work?
I don't know.
Some
if that would
some
work.
Uptown
like,
Funk.
All I keep wondering is like, can they play "Talk Dirty to Me" on the bagpipes? Like-
So we were thinking of like a Hey Ya, Shake It Off.
Oh
medley.
yeah, do it. Heck
Like,
yeah.
wouldn't that work?
Yes.
yeah, totally. I just it's
That's
such
still
a
in the
cool
development phase.
I love
Yeah.
it.
We're sort of
Smart
thinking that
idea.
way, yeah.
No, I just
One of our favorite songs is that Taylor Swift song.
Shake it out.
Yeah. So
It's nothing like hearing that after a day
You
of
just put
playing.
that out on there.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Driving down.
He's like, I'm out. Nope, I don't agree with him.
Not about that.
See, it was the three of us that went to Florida, so Dave.
Oh, I see.
we had a lot of
A couple
to shake
things
off.
changed in the last 2 months.
Do you guys have a favorite venue or show that you've played so far together?
Grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we played last year, and we are going back this year to the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games in Linville, North Carolina. It's a big Highland festival. There's bagpipe competitions. There's pipe band competitions. There's a couple different stages that have a lot of entertainment on it. There's a lot of Scottish heritage, and it's located in a very, 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 very beautiful part of the United States.
It's in the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina.
Nice.
It's like perfect.
Shout out to EJ Jones,
Yeah,
who
E.J.
hooked that
Jones.
gig
Whoop, whoop.
up for us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's
That's
a lot of
actually-
bands that play there. They're all great, so we were happy to be a
That
part.
was actually the
part
first
of that.
gig we were ever hired for.
Oh,
So that's kind of like you got a
Before
special
we
place
were
in
a
your heart for
band.
them.
Yeah, we played him a demo of some stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, you can headline, co-headline." We were like, "Okay, please."
That's awesome.
Now we got a reason to get a band together.
Yeah, get it
So,
together, guys.
2
Well,
winters ago.
thank you guys so much for coming on. We're
Yes.
just about out of time, but
We could talk to you guys all day for
I
real
know.
and listen to you and all that
These
stuff.
are such different questions too, because normally, like, well, who do you look up to? Who do you,
Yeah.
what bands are you into? What's your favorite? But you guys have you're so different that I like this show because we've are
Yeah.
asking all these cool questions.
But would you give us your social media
I'm just
sites so people can go
speechless.
follow
I'm-
you and let you know about shows and all that business?
We're on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Our website is www.thefreestylersofpiping.com. And we've got links to all our social media stuff on there. You can also find us on Instagram. We have videos on YouTube, and we're on SoundCloud. So just look us up.
All
You'll
right.
find
And
us.
then, so is your music on SoundCloud then?
Yeah.
Okay, so and then as far as your
The
CD,
Blue Holes is on SoundCloud.
The
that
Blue
what it is?
Holes, you can find a few select tracks on
Okay.
SoundCloud.
And then if anyone wanted to get your CD, could they email you or find a way to get it? Because I might be sending you an email.
We'll be hitting you guys up.
Well,
music.
that's one thing we will not check our email.
Okay.
But I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, we don't do emails. Sorry.
Do we have time for one more song?
They can do like a little outro if you would. That would be awesome.
Like a
whatever
minute,
you want, whatever you
minute
want to
and a
play.
half, if you can.
But anyways, this I'm Ariel Fournier.
I'm Lauren Dair Owens,
I'm Justin Tanucci.
And I'm Taylor Reyes.
and this has been the Music Project.
And this is
The
Freestylers
Freestylers
of
of
Piping.
Good synchronicity there.
Talk radio will actually